My name is Amy Peters. I am with the College of LS&A, and I was a member of the Voices team that put together the Embracing Change Speakers Series. The series started in 2015. It was the brainchild of a group of us who were really interested in how the university might develop a leadership model around leading change. And we started by thinking about different change models that might be used across the institution. We were advocating for some more structure around change, and this was prior to learning and professional development building the Michigan model. What came out of the conversation was a speaker series that ran from early 2015 until the pandemic, where we brought in a series of campus leaders who had led different kinds of campus change. It included folks like key administrators from HR, finance, informational technology, the dean's office, the president and provost's office. There were faculty. There were campus-wide researchers who were working on national change style efforts. There were beloved members of the faculty community who had written books. We leveraged some of the faculty over at Ross who were part of the Center for Positive Organizations. And we ran, I think, 9 sessions on average a year. We skipped a couple of months at the beginning of school in December and in the end of May when the world got a little crazy for everybody's lives. But we would bring in somebody almost every month, and we would host the series live in a very large conference room. And we invited a wide group of individuals initially across Voices, and then word hit the street. And by the time we were done with the series, we were sending invitations out to a list of almost 600 individuals campus-wide. I think we served somewhere north of about 800 different people. They were from all levels. So we had chief administrators and directors, we had managers, supervisors, and contributing staff from all over campus who were passionate about change, leading projects, helping with communications, or generally cared about the topic and how we could lead change in a more meaningful and consistent way and learn as a university community.
And can you tell me some of the specific topics and in general how it was received?
For specific topics, we probably had one to two sessions a year that were around change models. So, for example, the Cotter change model or the Bridges change model. And in general, we were bringing people in from leadership and professional development who, really specialized in those areas. Other common topics were communications and leading effective communications and populations. We also had a spattering of sessions on different techniques and different tools that different change leaders were using across campus. As far as how the series was received, I think that the series was received quite well. What I love the most about the series is that it started as people within Voices serving within Voices, and suddenly we had this kind of groundswell of, I went to this interesting thing and I learned something, and can you add my friend to the list? Can you add our communicators group to the list? And we really developed a neat network around campus, and what was amazing about it is we were finding people within the community who were doing this well, and for lack of a formal structure at the time institutionally, we were sharing and teaching with one another, and we were creating really kind of neat pockets for professional development for people who had a common area of interest. It was kind of a community of practice before community of practices were quite as hot as they were, and I feel like it served a positive need at the time, and it really allowed us in Voices to do something relatively impactful and kind of develop a really standard model. for structures set up, inviting people, thanking people, including people, that wasn't so onerous that we couldn't do it as a small team over the course of a 5-year period.
Thank you. Is there anything else we haven't asked that perhaps we should know about the Embracing Change series?
I don't think so.
Okay. Thanks so much for talking to me today. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.